Chiefs here, who are, well, not on a roll. See what I did there? Whoop, whoop. Now, with a 2-3 record, Kansas City is in dire need of an early season turnaround. It needs to happen fast. Their defense is last in most categories, and the Chiefs have a -7 turnover margin, second worst in the NFL, ahead of only the Jaguars. Let's get a little bit more on that. As a result, the Chiefs' chances to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl have dropped to just 6%. The 4 other teams in contention all have 2 things in common. They've all played Kansas City this season and are led by a quarterback drafted since 2018. That group has held their own against Mahomes this year, going 3-1 with a collective QBR of 71. The conference competition certainly heating up. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes faced the noise today at the podium.
I think first off, you have to look at the coverages that you're facing, seeing the coverages, being able to recognize those things, and then kind of once you do that, you can slow things down and make the right decision and not take those chances, especially at certain points in the game. And so just doing that and then going back to my reads and trying to be true to those and making sure my footwork's right in the pocket and I can just stay true to the reads.
I keep going back to the turnover part. If we're doing a phenomenal job for a series of scoring, you turn the ball over, you got a problem. I mean, that's the reality of it. You can put all the yards together you want. You can put almost 90 plays together. You can do all that stuff. When we turn the ball over, it's an issue. So we've done that in really 3 games, 2 where we've had 4, and then the one with the 2. So and those were the games we lost. And I'm taking the blame. I mean, I'm in charge of it, so I'm taking the blame. And we've got to make sure we fix that.
Do you feel like any more urgency than normal because of what's going on the defensive side of the ball?
Not at all. I mean, for us, like you said, I mean, we try to score every single time we touch the football. That's how it's been my entire career here. It's kind of how I have my mindset going into every single game. It has nothing to do with whatever is happening on the other side of the ball. It's just our job as an offense on this team.
Interesting, because you heard Mahomes there say he's not feeling pressure because of the poor defensive play. Not sure if he would have said that he was. But, Key, in your mind, what's the biggest issue for Mahomes in this offense right now?
You know what? You're absolutely right, though, Laura. He's not going to tell you that he's feeling the pressure. And the pressure is coming from the defensive side of the ball. So what Patrick Mahomes is doing is he's becoming impatient. He's looking for the home run ball too many times. And look, not all 6 interceptions, so to speak, has been over the last 15 games because of home runs. It's simple in these 5 games this season, those 6 interceptions that he's had is something that he needs to get control of. Not taking shots and putting yourself in pressure situations because your defense is lousy and not playing up to expectations. You can't put all the pressure on your shoulders. He was right. Get back to the fundamentals. Setting your feet, taking the easy completions, taking what they give you instead of pressing, feeling like, oh, my God, I've got to be Superman out here because my defense isn't very good. You won't win very many games like that because you will turn over the football at an alarming rate.
Yeah, Patrick didn't play well Sunday night. He didn't. No one on their offense really did. There's a saying in football, quarterbacks don't pass up a completion for a more open completion. Thinking of simple completions, slant at the bottom of the screen, tailback's going to be in the flat. This is an easy read. Once that cornerback goes inside, Patrick sees it. This ball should just get kicked out on 1st and 10 to the tailback. You were just trying to get a completion. Get it out of your hands. That's going to get you at a minimum 5 or 6 yards. He scrambles, tries to make something happen, incompletion. 1st and 10. Now we go to 2nd and 5. We're going to go to the spot route. This is an easy read for the quarterback with soft coverage. If that linebacker hangs inside, dude, kick that ball out to the tailback right now. He's free releasing. But you're already getting, number 1 is going to be wide open to the flat. Throw that ball now. But you're already getting off of it. Number 2's open because the back linebacker widens. You're trying to get to Tyreek Hill. There's an open guy out up top. Open to more open in your eyes. That ball gets grounded on 2nd and 5. Now it equals 3rd down. Another simple concept, 1st and 10. Travis Kelce's going to get manned by Tre'Davious White, okay? You're going to go post, corner post. You're taking a shot on 1st and 10, scoring range. Great. They got 4 over the top of 2. Those safeties are 10 yards past that receiver. Look up top. That is an easy completion, Patrick. Kick that ball out to the perimeter, and you're going to get 7 or 8 yards. But you scramble, and you maybe get 2-3 yards, but you're getting hit. You know, those are those little things. Now, listen, to be fair, Patrick has done stuff like that in the past because he could.
Yeah.
Because he got, I don't want to say got away with it, because he could.
Yeah.
You know, we often use the phrase, what's your offensive identity? I think the Chiefs are trying to figure that out, but one thing that people don't pay attention to enough is your offensive identity needs to be married to who you are as a football team. The offensive identity needs to be complementary of what your defense is. It can't just be what we're going to be. Does it match the complementary aspect to your football team? I think they're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, man, I'm going to keep it a buck. And listen, I'm glad Andy Reid said what he said at the beginning when we heard his sound, because a lot of this is on him and Eric Bieniemy. There needs to be an emphasis on the run game. To your point, Dio, complementary to your defense is the ability to run the football. And if people are going to play you off the line of scrimmage that much, you have to try to establish that, right? We talk about these teams that's doing very well right now. The Buffalo Bills, the Dallas Cowboys.
They've done it.
They've done it. They've figured out a way to make sure we are going to make people respect this. We are going to make you come out of this. The Chargers with Austin Eckler. That's why I brought him up the other day when we were talking about the game against the Browns. You look at what Dallas is doing. And listen, the panic for the Chiefs is unnecessary at this point.
Yeah.
All right. But if they don't identify that they are not the same Chiefs from 2 years ago, and last year, before their offensive line got hurt, they are going to struggle all season long.
Real quick, I think the thing that does help the Chiefs is they do have the people up front, offensive line-wise, to be able to run the football. And I think EB and Andy Reid will figure that out.
And people are giving them the boxes.
Yeah, they're saying, hey.
It's there for the taking.
Yeah.
They put that O-line together to protect Patrick Mahomes after we saw what happened against the Bucs in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs traveled to the nation's capital this weekend to face Washington. Kansas City has a 66% chance to bounce back in this one, according to FPI. We'll see if they can get this righted this week. Let's get some key injuries in some big names right now injured in the NFL. The Bucs have ruled out Rob Gronkowski for tomorrow night's game against the Eagles. He's still dealing with those fractured ribs he suffered against the Rams in Week 4. Something to watch either way with Gronk, but it does look like Tom Brady will be available. He's dealing with that thumb injury, but everyone's laughing about that because you knew Tom Brady was going to play in this game. All right, how about Colts wide receiver T.Y. Hilton? He will return to practice today, is eligible to play as soon as Sunday versus the Texans. He missed the start of the season after re-aggravating a neck injury, but another weapon for them, right? They could have used him the other night, big time. Running back Saquon Barkley, who left in the first quarter of Sunday's game against the Cowboys with an ankle injury, did not practice today. So once again, we're seeing this injury, which really makes your stomach turn, but it wasn't nearly as bad as we thought it was in the moment. A sprained ankle, did not practice today. We'll keep our eye on Saquon. They're also dealing with everything going on with Daniel Jones as well. Plenty more to come on NFL Live. Khalil Mack has returned for the Bears. Find out next what's helped this Bears defense become energized. Has nothing to